Good morning. It is Wednesday, I think. Yeah, I'm sure it's Wednesday. And clearly I'm in the garden. It's lovely and sunny. It's breezy. You can see the custard apple tree blowing and the lychee tree blowing. It's well breezy. It's been cold. When I say cold, it's been down to about 8 degrees. Now 8 degrees C, if you're in Europe or if you're in the UK, shall we say, 8 degrees C is about 46, 48 degrees F. But here, when you're acclimatized to the 30 odd degrees C, feels cold. So it's been cardigans, it's been sweatshirts, etc, etc. Now then, I want to add to the raised beds. So I've come up with a design, and I'm going to, in this next hour, to go and see a local company to make me this design. And I think I'm going to get a long raised bed, quite deep, for the princely sum of less than 1,000 baht. And it's based on this. It's based on the roof materials you can get here. So you can get it bent and shaped and so on. So I'm thinking that the sheets are 800mm wide. So if I get a 50mm angle, top and bottom, that leaves me at 700. 4.5, 5 meters long, bent round by half a meter. I can put those two together, bolt them together, and have a raised bed. Now I know that the weight of the soil would buttle the tin, so I will put some strengtheners inside. I've got it in my mind, I know what I want. The raised beds currently, this is where my potatoes came out. These are some dark lettuce. The tomatoes are getting towards the end of their life, so they're going to come out. And I've sowed some more tomatoes to go back in. We've got cabbage, collie and broccoli down here. The Sauvignon Blanc is still doing okay, but we are in winter, so it's losing its leaves. More cabbage, collie, broccoli, flowers. Now then, in this bed here we've got garlic, which is doing rather well. One of my white table grape cuttings, which is doing really well. I'm really pleased with that, well delighted with that. And then when we go around this side, there's more tomatoes to come out. Onion sets, doing well. More different varieties of lettuce. Ian's peppers, doing okay. And of course, the pumpkins. Wow, God, that's well heavy. That must be a 7 or 8 pound pumpkin, that. So they're doing well. So all in all, I'm pleased with the raised beds. One of the things I'm absolutely delighted with is these nasturtiums. Now, nasturtiums are my favourite flower because, for me, they're a happy flower. They, you know, they just, to me, and they remind me lots of my childhood. So I've tried and failed to grow nasturtiums, but this time I seem to be doing okay. Now then, here you can see a nasturtium seed forming. So, which means I'm going to have nasturtiums next season. I'm well pleased about that. I've got another grape cutting here that I've potted up. And then here there's cherry tomatoes here, just coming, Neapolitano tomatoes there. Now in these trays here, I'm growing weeds. So I've got in here Russian comfrey, which we used to call nipbone in the UK. The reason I'm growing comfrey is it's very high in iron and it's good as a fertilizer. So if I can get it growing here, then harvest it and put it in a water barrel, it makes tremendous fertilizer for the plant. So that's why I'm growing that weed. Another weed I'm growing is dandelions. Now these are seeds from China, so whether they're viable or not, I don't know. You know, you take your life in your hands. Most of the seeds you buy online, not most, but a vast majority are not viable. You don't know how long they've had them in stock or how they've been stored. And then the other one, which I am getting a couple of seeds germinating in here, are geraniums. Why geraniums? Well, when I was a nipper and I used to go to my grandfather's farm, my grandmother, it was an old stone farmhouse with the sills were maybe 2 foot wide on the windows, and on the window bottoms in the lounge she had loads of pots of geraniums and fuchsias. And if I can grow geraniums here, it will remind me of my grandmother, and I will be pleased about that. So it's all go. Compost bins quite good by the workshop there, full, doing well, full, doing well. This one, we've harvested the compost out, there's nothing left in there now apart from dregs, so I'm going to start filling it up, and it's going to be filled up with dry leaves from the garden and green material from the garden. I'm probably going to get the mower out this afternoon and do more some of the grass, and have some grass clippings in there as well. So it's all going rather splendidly. Oh, just go and have a bit of a report on maize, oilseed, rape, and this is well, you can see the buds are coming on and you can see bits of yellow, so in another week that's probably going to be a sea of yellow flowers, and then that's going to be dug into the raised bed here as a green fertilizer. Now honestly, this garden is 2 acres and I've got an abundance of banana around the garden, and that's producing great fruit. But once we've harvested the fruit, we cut the stem down and chop it up and use it in compost. But the thing is, whilst I've got an abundance of leaves at this time of year, and I do scrape them up and compost, we just don't have enough compost for what I need. Certainly not enough to fill that new bed, because that's going to be about 700 mil tall. So I've got to start thinking outside the box with the compost. I could buy soil when somebody's digging a hole. They dig holes this time of year ready for the rains to come. I want to be as organic as we can, not because I'm an organic nut, but simply because May often raises her eyes and goes, oh God, you know, veg and salads are so cheap to buy here, they're not worth growing. Well, they are worth growing because you know what you're eating. You're not eating glyphosate or what have you. You know what I'm saying? If you've grown it in your controlled environment, then you just simply know what you're eating. So that's the reason I want to grow more veg, and because things in the world are going rather tits up, and it's distinctly possible there could be food shortages in the not too distant future. I've got a plan, Stan, and what I'm thinking is the trailer I made for the ATV, I'm going to adjust that and make it into more of a box trailer, or at least with sides I can put on and take off. And then we've got here all the corn threshings. I can go and collect loads of corn threshings and compost it. I am looking to generate more compost. I just need more. Please, sir, may I have more? Well, as I said, it's a glorious morning, and it's sunny, cool, breezy, and that means it's a good day for physical work. Now that's full of brown and green, and now it's going to get some water on with molasses in, treacle, and the microbes will feed on that. Now we're going to top that up with kitchen waste, and it will be knockout. See you later. Bye bye for now.